Hi, my name is Cam Smith with U Sports Production, coming to you from Ambassador Park in Victoria, BC. Thank you for tuning in. We're in the third day of action at the Little League Provincials, hosted by Lakehill, with 3 games on tap each day until round-robin play ends this Friday. Teams are keeping a close eye on opponents as they jockey for seedings and the opportunity to play in this weekend's semifinals. All that said and done, the most important component of being a successful team in tournament play is taking care of what you can control. Today's matchup features the 2-0 team out of Hastings taking on the 0-1 team out of Whalley. Both of these teams have well-balanced rosters and look forward to competing at a high level in front of their respective fans. This is going to be a good one, folks. Hastings versus Whalley in round-robin action. Play ball. Bo Billis gets the nod for Whalley, and up the bat leading off for Hastings is Coates, and Coates is going to rip this ball right down to first baseline. What a catch by Wegowitz. Flying drive, the young man sprawls out for it, flexing his defense early. And that's going to bring up strong 1-2 count, and Bo Billis throws some heat inside corner, and Strong picks that one out, but what a pickup by Bo Billis over to first for the out, second out of the inning. And next batter is DeCola, and he is going to hit this grounder right over to Young. Young scoops it up, and that will retire the side. Great job early on by this Whalley defense. And Boyer will take the mound for Hastings and lead things off. This is Kobelfin, and he is going to drive this ball just out of the reach of the shortstop, and he is going to be in the first. That's the way to start things off for this Walleye club. Mobiles is hit by a pitch. And that will bring up Wegowitz with 2 on. And Wegowitz will a nice line drive all the way out to left. He'll get it in a hurry. The bases are jacked up now. No outs in this first inning. And Boyer would walk in. Popovich 1-0 early on for Whalley. And with the bases loaded, that's Anderson. And he is going to drive this right up the middle. 1 run will score. And here comes Bo Billis. And that is Phillips with the throw. Billis in with the slide. And 2 runs will score, making it 3-0 early for this Whalley club. Last ball would move the runners over to second and third. And still with no outs. That's Kluth up the bat. And he's going to rip this ball right out to center. But right there is Phillips. Phillips bringing it all the way home. And another run will score. Runner still at second. That makes it 4-0. 1 out runner in scoring position for Kijatonovich, and that is Boyer. Boyer with a pitch on the outside. Nice, just popped that right up. And Kimura just getting himself a can of corn right there. And 2 out, still runner at second. And Young to the plate, who wants to cash in that runner. Boyer with a nice curveball. Kijatonovich hits right to second base and taking care of business right there's DeCola. And that will retire the side. And we go with the top half of the second inning. And 4-0 Whalley. And Boyer at the plate with 2 strikes on him. And Bo Billis, he is going to throw a curveball on a nasty one at that for the strikeout. And then Tobin will step up to the plate with a 2-0 count on him. And Bo Billis, he assesses the situation out of stretch. Bo Billis is going to fire. And Kabulofin, he picks it up cleanly and fires it over to first. That is for the second out of the inning. And Trumbull would walk and then move over to second on a pass ball. And then coming up to is Kimura. And Kimura, he gets hit by a pitch. And that puts runner at first and second with 2 outs. And that brings up Phillips. And Bobillis is trying to get out of this. And he does with a nasty pitch inside, a swing and a miss. That's for the third out, retire the side. And bottom half of the second inning, 4-0 Whalley. And Boyer on the mound. And that coming up to the plate, that's Henstead. And Henstead, he's looking to drive this ball and drive it. He does. He gets a piece of that, goes right over to third base and firing over to first for the out. And Riley Souvelé up to bat. And that is Boyer. Boyer is going to throw a sweet pitch right down the middle. And Souvelé is going to ride this all the way out to left field. That's for a long single. That's a great piece of hitting by this young man. And with 2 strikes on Raymond, Boyer would throw a nice pitch for the strikeout for the second out of the inning. Runner still at first. And next batter for Whalley is Rye. Rye is going to take this pitch. He's going to drive it right to guess who? That's DeCola. And for the sure out, young man is busy tonight. That is 3 outs, no runs. Still 4-0 Whalley. Top of the third we go. Leading off is Merrill. And that is Bo Billis with a beautiful pitch for the strikeout. And next up is Defrenier. and he is going to take Bobillas, and he's going to take him. Oh, that's going right up the middle, and Keo Stanovich is going to hold Defrenier to a long single. He would steal second, and then up the bat is Cluthen. Whoa, just hits a little number. Is Cluthen. Smart play right over to first, and he gets the sure up. And that's going to bring up Coates with runners at the corners, 2 outs. Coates going to drive this ball. That's going deep, but Rye camps right under it for the 3rd out. 2 runners left on for Hastings. And to bottom of the 3rd we go. Kabolofin would end up at second, a walk and a pass ball, and that's Biles up, and he is going to drive this ball. Xavier going home, and then Strong. It's good. We're going to test his arm right here, and in the score right there is Xavier, and over to second with heads up play is Bobillas. 5-0, and Wegowitz just pounds this ball. That's right deep center. It's a 2-run shot for Wegowitz. And that's Phillips. He's facing Popovich, and Popovich is going to take this ball right over to Coates. Coates over first for the out. That's a great play by that young man. And then 1 out, and Anderson's next up to bat, and that's Phillips with the delivery. 2 strikes on him, and that's a great pitch, shaving the outside corner. And then 2 outs, Cluth up to bat, and that's Phillips with the delivery. Comebacker right to Phillips. Phillips flips it over to first, footing out, but not before. Whalley puts 3 more on the board, 7-0. And we move to the top of the 4th inning. Bases are loaded. Anderson on the mound for Whalley, and that is Trimble up to the plate. He is a dangerous hitter, and he just gets under this one, and that's going to go right over to Bobillas for the 1st out. The base is still loaded. That is Kimura up to the plate for Hastings, and that's Anderson with the pitch, and Kimura gets a piece of this one. Oh, and diving for it is Young, and he just stretches out, tries to get it down. That will score a run for this Hastings squad. And with the bases loaded, that is Phillips up to the plate. And look out, Phillips is going to step into this. He is going to drive it. And Popovich is right there, square to the shoulders, and that is a beauty catch. Will retire the side. Leaving 3 on is this Hastings squad. But they got to right the ship to get back in this game. Bottom of the 4th, 7-1. For Whalley, and that is Gitanovich. He drives this right off of Phillips' shoulder, but that is picked up, and now it looks a little testy right now. That was a shot and a half. I hope Phillips is okay. He's a tough customer, though. Young and next up to bat for Whalley, and that is Phillips. He's looking to be okay, and he throws a nasty curveball on 2 strikes, and I'll tell you what, he's looking pretty good right there. Get the strikeout. And with 1 out, score 7-1. Runner at first. And Phillips facing Ernstead. Ernstead's going to rip this ball, but that is right to Boyer with the line drive. And that will double up the runner. And they're going to get out of this inning. And that's a big one there for this Hastings squad. And Dossie in the pitch for Whalley in the top of the 5th inning. And Mason up to bat. And Mason's going to look at this pitch, and he's going to take it and drive it, and that's going to go right to Xavier. That's for now. That's a great catch by this young man. And Defrenier is next up to bat. Dossie with the delivery. Defrenier absolutely blasts this one. It's going deep, and it's off the bottom of the wall and into second with a stand-up double. That is a great piece of hitting right there by Defrenier. Then Lemon up, 1-0 count. And Dossie out of the stretch. And Lemon is just going to dig this one right out. And that will get through up the middle. And that is Kiadonovich. He sees the runner go. No, he's not going. He's running back. And Lemon with some great base running. Comes over to second and 3rd with 1 out. And Arusso steps up to the plate. And he takes this and he drives it the other way. Just hammers it. And that's going to go off the glove. And that's going all the way to the fence. 2 runs are going to score. That's 2 RBIs for this young man, and he's got some lickety-split speed. He is into 3rd, and that is a great piece of hitting. 2 runs in. This Hastings comes back in it. And 7-3, runner at 3rd, and that is Coates up to bat, and the ball gets away from the catcher. And I'll tell you what, here comes Arusso, and he's in safe. Great call by the 3rd base coach, and that is a fantastic slide by this young man. It made it 7-4. And 2-2 count on Coates. And now Dossie with the delivery, and that's a beautiful pitch. That's for the strikeout. 2nd out of the inning. And Strong would walk. And that's Nicola at the plate. He's going to rip this one right to Paul Beals. And he will take the sure out over at first. And that will retire the side. But not before Hastings puts 3 on the board. back in this ballgame, 7-4. Runs for Whalley in the bottom of the 5th. We move to the top of the 6th. And Boyer is just going to get under this. Yeah, but look at this. There is Xavier with a great play. And that is for the out. First out of the inning. And with 1 out, 7-4 for Whalley. And that is Dossie. He's pitching to Tom, and Tom is going to go deep. But right there is Kiasanovic with the out. 2 outs. 1 more they're looking for. And then Trimble next up to bat for Hastings, and that Dossie with the pitch, and Trimble, he's just going to find a way through there and scrap it and clonder. There's no give up on this team. Runner on, 7-4. And Trimble will move over to second on a gutsy call to steal. And now Riley in to mop things up for this Whalley club. Kamira at bat. And it looks like the old 1-2, buckle my shoe, 3-4, shut the door with some high heat. And that'll do it for this Whalley club. That's a fantastic game they just played. They just moved to 1-1 in the tournament and round robin play. And Hastings, you know, they just didn't have the bats going as good today. And Whalley will play Beacon Hill at 9 o'clock Tuesday morning. And right after that, they're going to catch Little Mountain. And they're going to play this Hastings club. That should be a good one as well. The starter today was Ronan Babillas, and I'll tell you what, he had a great game on the mound, and we caught up with him for his thoughts on the game.
And you guys really came out, your bats came alive. Tell me about that as a team.
We all knew that we needed to, our bats needed to come alive, and all of a sudden we just clicked, just started hitting the ball. We knew this team was a good team, so we had to throw our really good pitchers, our top guns, to beat them, and we beat them.
Yeah, right, you did. Kind of got scary a little bit at the end there. They were coming back, right? And they got some big hitters. How did you guys feel at that time?
We felt good. We knew we had a 7-4 lead. We weren't worried or anything, but yeah.
How are you feeling right now? You guys are 1-1. How are you feeling about going into your next game?
Great.
Tell me about that. Tell me who you play next.
We play, I believe, Beacon Hill, and I think we're going to demolish them.
Now let's get out in the community. Let's support events like this. My name is Cam Smith with U Sports Production. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the field.